the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shai. All praise unto Yahweh Shai, Waha Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Honor you brothers to be with this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. So I wanted to do this quick video dealing with the escalating tensions between Russia and America, and how different and apologies for the wind, but how different things that are happening within the world, i.e., for example, what's known as trade wars, how that is all leading towards all-out world war, and more you're gonna see it to where that's gonna be the main thing that's pushed out there, okay, as the resolve, okay, because when you got it to where you got two nuclear powers, okay, that want dominance over the world and the economy, and things was gonna pop off, and things are popping off, okay, because we're in that time when the Mosai is gonna send his son to return and destroy this place, and so he's put instruments, okay, as in nations within the world to do certain key things, okay, to fulfill prophecy. So you got a lot of people out there that read the Bible and they think that these things ain't, they was just old time Bible stuff. But the fact of the matter is, these are things, okay, that was written aforetime, and it was written, okay, the prophecies that is, and it was going to come to pass. All right. So pretty much I'm gonna go into this, and I'll do my best to go through the information. So it says a world war might sound crazy, but it could be America's last desperation, okay? Because you got the situation out there with this Nord Stream, and that's a big thing. Pretty much, it's a means of making a lot of money, okay, for Russia, okay, or whoever supplies the Eurozone, if you will, with this gas. You're gonna make a hell of a lot of money, and so you're gonna have a lot of competition, okay, as a result, as to who's gonna control that region for gas. And at the minute, I believe the other competitor is like Saudi Arabia or something like that. Pretty much, everybody. Hey, what's up, man? You okay? What's up? Pretty much everybody is fighting to have it to where, okay, Russia doesn't have control over that particular oil distribution. There's a lot of money. If you got it to where Russia is supplying Europe with this Nord Stream, then you're gonna have a split between how the beast basically breaks down, because NATO's got allegiance to America, but if NATO's being supplied, if the whole heap of NATO is being supplied by Russia, then you're gonna have a variance there, okay? And the scripture talks about that, because the scripture says how that they shall hate the whole, because these 10 horn nations, they're gonna hate the whole, because at the end of the day they gotta still eat, and the mechanisms, okay, for lack of a better word, that are put in place for them to eat, to have heating and gas and whatever, okay, they sometimes depend upon, going to Russia and that. And as far as America is concerned, that's a no-no. So I'm gonna hit these couple of articles right quick, and then I'm gonna hit the scriptures, and hopefully it's gonna paint as a full picture. Okay, so it says attack against Nord Stream 2 renewed with vigor. Remember, this was in the news, a couple months back. They hot it up and then it cooled down. Okay, but the rhetoric meaning, a particular feeling. You say someone is giving you the evils. Okay, so what they're gonna be speaking that is what you call the rhetoric. Okay, so what's being spoken about. Okay, the scriptures talks about that too. The rumors of wars. Okay, trade wars too. Okay, rumors of trade wars. That's a thing. Okay, so the rhetoric against Russia, and it's been getting you know, they might be talking about Syria. They might be talking about this Nord Stream. Okay, so we had the Syria thing for a little while. Now we're back to this Nord Stream pipeline. Okay, it says it's renewed. Okay, so they had a period of time where they, like I said, they had put it to the side. Now it's coming back in full swing. Okay, whose interest does it meet? So it says economics dictates national interest, and that's a damn beautiful line right there, because that shows you everything that's out here is at stake, man. Okay, you might have it to where people believe that, you know, your national interest is just something different and your economy is doing great, but the numbers say that if your economy is doing well, then more than likely, okay, you're doing someone over, okay, on the military side of things. For example, okay, America, they ain't just got one of the strongest economies for no reason. Okay, having 10 aircraft carriers and the world's largest nuclear arsenal, I believe, one of the world's largest nuclear arsenals has a big thing to do with that. So they can go and bully nations into using their petrodollar. Okay, but as you see Russia getting bigger and bigger and more dominant, okay, you're seeing them, you know, the pipeline is a major factor within that. Okay, you're just seeing them get bigger and bigger in their economics. For, you know, they're getting bigger money. You know, I try to break things down as simply as possible these days. Okay, as they get their money game up, you're seeing them support more nations, and they're becoming a viable option. Okay, a viable alternative to the what's known as the petrodollar, which is a beautiful thing, because that's gonna put a schism. Okay, that's going to start beef between different nations, because you had it to where you know, this dollar is being propped up by different nations using it as a means of trade, and all of a sudden you're gonna have it to where it's gonna be used as means of trade from. It's gonna be used, you know, using rubles or Chinese yuan. Okay, that's gonna mean there's gonna be less money out there within America. And when you really check out how the economics of America, the money system of America works, you find out that it's in a hell of debt. Okay, they got all kind of debt. Okay, but what keeps them afloat is that petrodollar, because the petrodollar allows them to spread that debt throughout the world. Remember, people have to buy these dollars in order to trade, okay, whatever they got to trade. So, you know, you can make a lot of money just doing that. Okay, but to do that, like this statement says, their economics dictate their national interest. So their extended national interest, okay, which is to stop that Nord pipe stream being built, is all about making sure that they are the ones that have the biggest pie, okay, within the canteen. Okay, so it says foreign policy is a tool used to advance it. So the foreign policies that you see out there being pushed, the propaganda and so on and so forth, that's the pushing forth of the national interests. And really, we know that these national interests is going to expound into what? It's going to expound into what's known as the New World Order. It's going to be a good thing too. Okay, I mean, they're going to try to attempt it, but we know when they try to attempt it, pursuant to the book of Job, 20th chapter, when he's about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast his wrath upon him, roughly paraphrasing. We know that the Most High is going to be dealing with him when he's about to fulfill his so-called New World Order ambitions. Okay, and that's the national interest. Okay, and the economic, I mean, really the only resource that they don't have full control over now is humans. Okay, so how they going to get full control over the humans out there? They're going to do it via the chip, man. That's why you got it to where there's a major move, a major push to have everybody chipped. You know, you had the Catholic Church, they're having it to where they're accepting RFID payments. Okay, that's in England. I think out there within Texas, Austin, Texas, they are having a big thing to where they want to make chipping mandatory. So this all plays into the same thing. Okay, says Moscow has to fight back on all fronts. Okay, but the truth is that Washington does not care much about the chemical attacks in eastern Ghouta, okay, Salisbury poisoning, which happened out here within England, okay, election meddling, or so many other fairy tales, and that's just what it is. a lot of these stuff that you get fed out there within the news is just fairy tales, man. Okay, the real agenda is really quite simple, man. Get everybody chipped and get all the resources within the world. Okay, money, gold, silver, cattle. Okay, under the control of the so-called Jews that run the world banking system. That's the main agenda, man. That's the only agenda. I might sell you some fairy tales to make you believe anything otherwise, but that's the reality of the situation. Okay, and World War III plays a major part in that, because he's going to create the greatest amount of fear, chaos. Okay, and you know, through their chaos, they wanted to establish their so-called New World Order. Okay, but in establishing chaos, all they're going to go about doing is establishing the Most High's New World Order. Okay, because when you talk about depopulation, the scriptures talk about depopulation, man. How the Most High wants to get rid of a lot of people. Okay, just do away with them. Okay, so let me speed up a little bit. So it says gas exports to Europe present exciting opportunities, but supplies from Russia are cheaper and more reliable. So the US needs to get rid of the obstacle in a way, Nord Stream pipeline, okay, which will carry natural gas from Russia to Germany. And that's why you're gonna have it to where a lot of these 10 horn nations and B system gonna hate the whole, because they get to, they lose out on account of whatever America wants they get, right? Okay, so have we got anything else I want to pull out in there? So I mean, you can read all of that. I mean, I expanded on as many points as I can fit into this time frame. Okay, let me go into this article now. It says, so you got it to where, Russia's gonna be losing big, Germany's a big major, money house, man. Okay, if you can get, supplies out there to Germany, man, you're gonna be doing good. If you can sell them metal, okay, you can sell them oil and gas and that. They're heavy into the manufacturing. You can make a hell of a lot of money. So Russia's gonna lose a big chunk of change just off of that. Okay, and that's all gonna play into this. It says, this is called a world war. Might sound crazy, but it could be America's last resort of desperation. Because why? Because they want to be the suppliers of Europe of that oil. They want to be the ones that's in control. And sure, but how they gonna maintain that? Through war, man. Why do you think they ain't saying out? They're not saying some country like I don't know, some insignificant country out here is doing this, that, and the third, and don't care about that. Okay, there's all kind of dictators out there within the world that are so-called carrying out wars. Was known as wars against crimes against their own people, but they don't care about that because they're not significant on the grand scheme of things. What is significant is them losing out on money and control, and the only thing that affects that, okay, one of the major things that affects that is Russia. Okay, so that's what's going to be the last resort of desperation. Okay, let's go back. It says, it wasn't until recently that these warnings became more mainstream, and the combination, okay, the calamitous nature of the violence in Syria, which has one nuclear power defending the government, and has been the target of the regime change operation led by the world superpowers, combined with the 2017 threats of fire and fury against another state, okay, intently pursuing a nuclear weapons supply, okay, of its own, has pushed the issue of a third world war directly into the public discourse. So people are getting into that spirit, okay. So don't, marvel not. You're the most up with the spirit on you. You're dreaming dreams, and you're seeing World War III play out, and all of this, okay. And because this is what's going to happen, man. The Lord said He was going to pour out His Spirit upon all the people, going to pour it out upon all the flesh, and that's what's going to happen. You can see it's not no coincidence that in the time of the first and last nuclear world war, okay, when that's being spoken about, it's not as a coincidence that you got it to where you got the prophets of the Lord out there, okay, teaching. That's not no coincidence. Did that happen in World War II? Did it happen in World War I? No, man. Okay, at least not to the same extent as what was happening right now. You didn't have the internet back then. Go to the internet now. You go to where everybody knows, okay, about the name Yahweh. Everybody knows about that name, right? That's why we believe they're elected sealed already. Everybody knows about the name Yahweh, right? Okay, everybody knows about the 12 tribes of Israel. People out there putting it within their songs, whatever. So the word of the Most High is being magnified. Okay? And at the same time, you go to where you got World War III being spoken about. So what do you think is going to happen, man? Okay? What do you think is going to happen? Okay, so you know, so let's just read this, and pretty much I'll call it quits on that. Again, you can see these articles. You know where I get them from, Zero Hedge. You know, you can read them for yourself. Do your own videos. You know. It says, if the two countries that recently possessed the world's greatest supplies of nuclear weapons go to war, there may not be a world left. And that's exactly what the Lord wants. The Lord don't want this world to continue, man. You know, He wants to completely restart it. And the scriptures talks about that within the book of 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter. Okay, I know I was going to get some precepts, but really, in the interest of time, I'm going to keep it to just the next paragraph in that. But I'll quote them. Go to 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter. The Lord overflowed. That's 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter. Starting from the 3rd verse. It's a good chapter to read. Okay, he said, look, he flooded the world the first time around. Okay, with water. Now he's going to flood it with fire. Where do you think that fire is going to come from, man? You think some random volcano is just going to sprout out of the ground all over the place, of which the Lord could do that. But there's an easier way of doing it, man. Okay, he's going to do that in an easier way. Okay, he's already got it to where he got ICBM nuclear missiles out there, man. Okay, he said he created the Smith. Why the waste to destroy? What do you think the waste to destroy is? Who do you think the Smith is, man? Okay, these things are simple. Okay, but people always gotta complicate the scriptures. The Lord said that his doctrine is simple, man. And it's simple because why? Because inherently, okay, there's a beauty in simplicity. Okay, inherently, the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans to whom the scriptures were made for, well, they're kind of, you know, just basic people, man. We was plain men dwelling in tents. So doctrine of Yahweh was going to reflect that. Just, okay, you know, this people going to go to war with this people, and that's going to start World War III, and out of that World War III, I'm going to establish a kingdom. Simple. You know? So it says here, just read this and then that'll be it. It says that there may not be a world left after the victors inhabit the world after that, the war is done. And it's not going to be America is going to be the victors, or Russia is going to be the victors. The victors is going to be the 12 tribes of Israel, which are not going to be out there warring and trying to establish themselves. Okay, that's what's going to be so beautiful about it. Okay, because as these Edomites seek to keep their life, they're going to lose it. But we, the ones that have lost our lives, are going to gain it. So it says, so inhabit, that says, thereby making it an unthinkable proposal, but it's not that unthinkable. It says, then again, Russia, US, they just recently bombed a significant number of Russia-linked forces in Syria, reportedly killing scores of them. Okay, the targets of these airstrikes were also predominantly Iranian-backed militia. Okay, just in case there weren't enough state actors, okay, already involved in the ongoing conflicts. So, I mean, you can carry on, you can read all of that. Okay, it's a half decent article. So I mean, they're out there, a stone's throw from each other, okay, bombing the hell out of each other, okay, out there within Syria, okay, with this Syria conflict, okay, and people just think, oh, it's just gonna be, you know, that's just gonna be it. And at the same time, okay, they're out there, America that is trying to stop them, you know, getting their money again, man. What do you think is gonna happen, man? Okay, the Lord's gonna have it to where this world war is gonna play out. And through that world war, the Lord's going to establish a beautiful kingdom. Okay, so with that, I'm going to say, oh, praise unto Yahweh, Kakadash. Double honest, the Apostle GreatMillStone. I wish you brothers will be pushing this truth in sincerity. Shalom.